giant big fish of the day. Oh my God. Oh, please stay on, dude. Oh my God. Holy crap. Look at that one. Oh, what a pretty fish. 5.5 pounder. I'm lost for words. Cannot beat this. There's a giant. Oh, look at that one. Well guys, I cannot believe it, but it is our last fishing trip in New York. Man, it went fast. What a fun trip though, my gosh. I think this is definitely the most epic fishing trip to New York that I've had over the past, I guess I've been doing them for about 4 or 5 years. I mean, always coming in the spring for the most part, and definitely didn't disappoint. Realistically, didn't have a single bad day in the 6 previous trips that we went out. But trip number 7, the final, the finale, and for our last trip to close it out, I said in the beginning of this series that maybe we would end where we started, and that's partly true. We're here at the good old canal, but instead of actually fishing the canal, I'm going to do something I've never done before, and this is kind of crazy to say, but usually we fish this little canal and hook a left. I don't know, I've come here maybe 40 times in my life, and all 40 of them, I come out of this little marina, I hook a left. Well, guess what? Today, we're going to hook a right. We're going to mix it up and take a right and go out to the main lake. Seneca Lake. Never fished Seneca Lake. I know there's bass out there. Clearly, I mean, there's bass in this marina, in this little canal, so there's got to be bass out there. I do want to give it a try, mix it up, explore a little bit, and guess what? Worst case scenario, maybe it's not so good out there. Well, I've dedicated this day to all of fishing. We're going to be fishing all day, so if it's not happening out there, we'll just pack up, leave, and go somewhere else. But yeah, guys, last video of the New York series. It's been a fun one. Let's get out there one last time, see what happens. All right, well, as I said, we're going to take a right out of this marina, but we're not going to not fish it on our way out, right? It's been a couple of weeks since we've been here. Water is about 15 degrees warmer. Oh my gosh. Definitely a lot dirtier too. If you guys recall from the first video, there was tons of fish under these docks, but they were super finicky. Like, we caught some, but it took a minute to catch them. They were not easy. But literally, there was a fish on every single one of these docks. Not really productive. The nest wasn't working, so who knows what their mood will be today. But like I said, we're gonna fish our way out of here. We're not gonna spend a whole ton of time in here. If anything, just catch some bonus fish, and then we'll go out towards that main lake. Not a single bite. Well, just as well. It'll kind of force us to get out of here, get moving, get on the main task here. So this is where we'd take a left, go the canal, fish that way. But no, today, hooking a right, going out on the big water. And it is big water too, that's the thing. Usually if there's any kind of wind going on, especially coming from the south, it gets pretty rough out there. So honestly, half the reason I haven't gone out there, I just literally can't, because it's such big water, big waves. See, it looks pretty good out there right now. I know we're gonna get a little wind, but definitely doable, and definitely doable in this particular kayak. So here we go. Well, here we are, main lake. Water I've never fished before. Been within 100 yards of it many times, but just never came out this way. There is something to be said about exploring new water, going somewhere you've never been before. It's like that element of the unknown. It's fun to get on fish, don't get me wrong. I love catching fish. I love a sure thing, a near sure thing, but I do enjoy the mystery of having no expectations, seeing things you've never seen before, fishing new water, trying to piece together the fish. That's what I plan on doing today. Well, that's interesting. That northern pike is in rough shape. Well, there's pike, or one pike up shallow, Definitely carp up shallow. You'd imagine fish are up shallow on bed, right? Oh, big brownie. Oh man, big brownie. Thank you, sir. Oh boy. On the old shatter. Oh my God. Oh man. Giant. Giant. That's cool. Man, that's a different looking smallmouth. Oh boy. Please don't be a coincidence. Gonna give us a slobber knocker bite on our last day. That will be pretty cool. Well, there's some fish shallow. That's good. That's 90% of what I was hoping for. I just got to figure out the best way to catch them. I guess slobber knocker? I don't know. We'll see. Water is a little dirtier over here. I don't know if that fish was on bed or if it was just cruising around pre-spawn. Kind of cool though. I can't see that good right now, but I can see definitely a lot of clean spots, and there's some trees down there, like fallen trees, and we're sitting in 3 foot, 2-3 foot, so it's got the right ingredients at least. Oh my God, landed on one. Jeez Louise. Dude, the smallmouth here look different. They like literally look different. They're like darker. Holy crap. Oh, they're giant. Oh my God. Dude, holy smokes. I didn't even... Oh, thank you. That took me off guard.
I've been fishing out here for the last couple of days. I can't catch anything.
Yeah, I think... what have you been throwing?
Just some lure.
Yeah.
What you got there?
It's just it's called a slobber knocker. Yeah, it's just like a bladed jig. I think a lot of these fish are on beds. So, like any worm or plastic, if you just land on one, it's gonna eat it.
I was doing some plastic. I just couldn't get out about where you were at. Like, my cast would die right around that red ball.
Yeah, I think in the next couple of weeks, they're gonna push shallow, so it should be good. You should start seeing them around the docks.
It's cool, dude.
Good luck. That one makes me think that was on a bed. You must have swiped at it. Unfortunately, it was hooked outside the mouth, kind of in the nose, right by the mouth, but that was on the fall. And different than the last trip though. Otisco smallmouth. These were like a brighter, lighter brown color. These are like dark. I wonder if it's because this lake is so much deeper and those smallmouth spend a lot of their time out deep, hunkered down. Another one on the fall. Little guy. Still fun. That's 3 bites on the old slob. I think we can say at least it's a pattern right now. There might be other patterns, other baits we can catch them on, but this is gonna be the ticket, I think. Oh no! Oh, big old northern. Dude, it's a giant northern pike. Biggin, like a biggin northern pike. That's why we got little pink fish grips. Look how big that is. Oh man, it's a giant. It's always good times. Just behave, will ya? Open the mouth. Oh my god, it's a giant northern pike. Pretty cool. Thought we had a giant smallmouth on. Man, this is a weird lake. Thought we were onto something. Gone pretty good stretch without a bite or any sign of life, really. Throwing the glide just to see if I can get any followers or fish poking their heads out from the dock, but nothing. It's like no grass, like that thin layer of algae. It honestly just doesn't look like much. At least that first area we were in had some sunken trees in the water, you know? It's pretty crazy. Well, I feel like I've covered enough water. I've gone down the stretch far enough. It's all the same. Not seeing any change. No life, no bluegill, no more bites. Surprising, but yeah, I think we're going to turn around. We're going to head back towards the area we got some bites. Maybe explore that water adjacent to that. And I don't know. We still might make a couple of stops today. Like I said, last day of fishing in New York. I really want to maximize the opportunities, you know? Super clear water. If they were here, I'd see them, and I don't see anything. Giant right there. I don't know if that was on a bed or what. Holy smokes. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Giant one right there. I don't, oh man. Is that the one I caught earlier? Could be the one I caught earlier. Are you on bed? Oh, I think he's on bed. Finally saw one on a bed. I don't know. Let's see. Let's gauge the mood. You got it. Oh yeah. Big one. Another big brownie. Same area where we got our first bite of the day and had the follower. It's weird. There's sunken trees here and some better bottom, so I guess this is just the better ingredients for some bedfish. Oh, there we go. Another pretty fish. Browner smallmouth. Like more of a solid bronze color to these ones than the Otisco ones. Kind of cool. Makes them harder to see though. Kind of blend in with the bottom. Oh, man. Dude. Look how acrobatic these fish are. Oh, man. A good one, too. Oh. Oh. Sorry, dude. Man. That's fun. That is fun. Keep going with this little deal. Blind cast the slob and keep an eye open for, oh, another one. Oh my god, they're here, folks. This one little section, it's crazy. Just a tiny little snippet of this whole entire shoreline. There's fish on bed, and the rest, nada. Oh, dude. He's just kind of like stalking the bait. Little guy. Man, this has been such a killer dead bait though. For these smallmouth. Tried a few other things like the flatworm and the gilly. Smallmouth specifically we're talking about, but this little perch bait, this color, profile, whatever it is, they smoke it. They smoke it. It's like 4 or 5 bedfish and a little 30-yard stretch. Oh man, see, these are hard to see. They blend in with the rocks. Blend right in. There's not as many, well, there's none as far as gills and panfish around these beds. Unlike the other day where there was just so many little bluegill and whatnot around these beds, these fish were so fired up. I think that was probably the majority of the reason I was getting bit on the glider. Oh, I have to tighten the drag. Oh man. Old Brown's back. Yeah, the other day, or the other trip, the last video, caught a handful of fish on the glide, but those fish had tons and tons of gills around the nests, and they were just chasing them off constantly. So I think that's what, like I said, got the glide bit, whereas these fish aren't as all antsy. But a little perch drop shot still doing work. School of big old shad or whatever they are. Got like the red fins, kind of cool. Dude, so fun. Oh, look at that fatty. Man, look how big the tail is on that one. Oh boy. Well, I'm glad we decided to try out good old Seneca Lake. I think FLW was here back when it was FLW 15 years ago, something like that. Like, that's the only major tournament trail that I remember coming here, and I remember looking at the results. I think it took like 12 pounds to win. I forget what time of year it was, but this lake, I mean, I don't know. Other than the spawn, springtime when these fish are up shallow, like, I'd imagine it's super tough, especially in the summer when these fish go out deep. I don't really think there's any grass in this lake. Maybe the south end. I mean, this place is interesting. As I mentioned, the deep water out there, and there's a big drop off after this really shallow flat. I'm sure those fish just go out there and suspend and do I don't even know what. That's a big one, guys. I think that's all in 19 inches. All in 19 inches. Here we go. Not as big as I thought. Just wide. Just a wide one. There's one one just about the same size right next to it. This breeze is a little bit of a bummer. I can't really see these fish now. Could barely see them before. Oh, look at that one. Woo! Big one. Man, these ones are just like built different. They're stockier, you know? Like stockier with thicker tails. Oh, there you go. Ah, so cool. Another one, I believe, just down the way. Oh man, he's spooky. Oh man, good one. They're all good though, right? Dude. Come here. Oh yeah. Ooh, look at his eye. He's got like a red eye. Man. Kind of a cool looking eye. Thank you, sir. Well, there's fewer beds as we make our way down, but there's still beds. He's not the big fish of the trip, he's the strongest fighter. Come here. Oh, yeah. There it is. There's big fish of the trip so far. Oh, I think it's a 20-incher. Come here, buddy. Oh yeah, look at that one. Oh my gosh. Said it before and I'll say it again. Man, oh man, I'm going to miss New York. Look at that smallmouth, dude. Oh. Oh my god, giant smallmouth right there. I thought it was a carp. It was cruised away. Boy, pretty sure that one was on the bed right there. I don't know if that one's gonna come back. I hope it does though. Oh, we got it. He did come back. I knew he was on a bed. Big one. Oh, there's some fish over here. The water's a lot clearer too. Look at that one. Man, oh man. That's a good one. With this wind, I was gonna call her a day, but I think I might have to spend a little more time out here now. Oh, I got a different one. Big one. And it's just, the water's so clear, even with the wind, you can still see these fish. Man, oh man. That one's a pale one. Dude. This is crazy, man. Wild. Oh, another. Oh boy, there's a giant one. There's a giant one. Whew. I feel like these are better fish over here. Isn't that crazy? By the beach. Can't really see the fish, but I know where he's bedding up. Oh, yeah. Big one. Oh. Dude, that might be the big one of the trip. Oh my God. I did not think after Otisco we'd have a more epic smallmouth day, and I mean, I don't know, maybe it's not, but it's close. I think some of these are bigger ones too. This one's a real big one. Oh, dude, look at that freaking smallmouth, man. That is nuts. How are you guys this big in here? Oh my God, so sick. Interesting. Man, oh man, you can see these like dark patches where there's little grass and I guess maybe some gravel or some shells. Man, there's a whole big row of it too. I think I just extended my time out on the water today quite a bit. I was thinking about just leaving before I came over to this like beach area, and I was gonna go to another body of water. I was thinking about maybe going back to the spot where we caught all those buzzbait fish, but I think we're probably gonna finish where we started here. There are some big old brown fish here. Man. Jeez. Jeez Louise, another giant. Golly. Oh my God. Another tank. I think the people from shore think I'm catching the same fish. It appears to be the same fish, but it's not. They're all different. Holy smokes. Oh. Oh my God. Dude, look at that fish. Are you kidding me? These are some of the healthiest smallmouth I've ever, well, that I've definitely caught in my life. Oh my goodness. There's like so many carp up shallow too that they look like carp, but they're smallmouth. Finally, gotcha. Oh God, I can't even grab him, dude. Oh my God. Absolute footballs. Oh yeah. Oh, he actually bit it. Just tied on the gilly. I mean, there's a bunch of largemouth. It's amazing how different smallmouth are compared to largemouth, or at least today. Those smallmouth out there, granted, the last bit of them in the wind, I couldn't get to bite. I probably just couldn't put it on their bed long enough. But I mean, for the majority of the day, those smallmouth were like crazy easy to catch. Then you come in this little marina right here with these largemouth, and they're being pretty picky, but this one actually just knows the gilly, so that could be good. go. It took them long enough to eat. Oof. Dude, how many times have I done that? Try to swing them and they rub against my paddle. That's actually bigger than I thought he was. Good one. A little bonus to end the day. A little bonus. There's more of them lined up here though. Last fishing trip in New York. I'm in no rush to get off the water. Go. Thank you, sir. Larges are definitely a little pickier, but I guess you find the right bait and you can eventually trick them. Oh, he had it. What the heck? Ooh, sucked it in. Not quick enough on the trigger. Whoa. It's crazy how fast they suck it in and then spit it out. They are quick on the trigger. There we go, finally got him. Dude, that was a tough one to catch. That was a fast one. Would you guys give me some buzzbait love just to send me off? One came and got it. Oh my god, I think they will hit a buzzbait. Holy smokes. I saw that little guy come from the bank, try to eat it. It's exactly what they were doing that one time we got on a buzzbait bite. They were subsurface, it was hot. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, I almost got it. Dude, that fish went for it as soon as I threw it in there. What the heck? Crazy. Why? Why would you eat like a big chunk of metal? And there's that fish right there. I'm telling you, that fish went right for the buzzbait as soon as it hit the water. Oh, she had it. Going for it. It's a good one. She's a good one. There we go. Oh, dang it. Should have boat flipped her. Boat flipped her when I had the chance. Darn it. I'll try buzzbaiting again maybe. Man, there's some fish way up shallow though. Come on, hit the old buzzer. Oh, I had one follow it. No! Good one followed it too. Oh, God, I had a giant follow it up. They're just not committing to it. Oh, God. I don't want to say last cast because that means it's over. Oh, so many fish, so little time. Okay, 5:16 guys, I cannot believe it, but that's it. The New York series, the New York trip for spring 2024 is over. Man, what a fantastic trip. Easily the best New York trip, New York swing that I've had to date. And I say that because we just caught fish in different ways. I mean, got here a couple weeks ago, picked up the kayak, spent all night outfitting, rigging her up for the maiden voyage. And the next morning, hit the old trusty canal, got on some fish. I mean, that was a memorable trip. Fishing the marinas, fishing those areas that they should be pre-spawn. A little finicky that day, but still caught a couple of really nice ones. Then our second trip, we went to KAYAK Lake. Gotta go to KAYAK Lake. It's the lake closest to where I stay at home in the Finger Lakes. Fished some community holes, caught a couple of nice ones on a sketchy day weather-wise. Found some fish up shallow in the back of a creek on a jig. And then we went to KAYAK again for our third trip, and that was a fun one. That was pretty dang epic. Fishing docks in 2 foot of water, skipping a jig, and catching giant old bucket mouth. That was our 96-inch day, I think, anchored by a 20¼ inch fish, which probably was the big fish of the trip. And then trip number 4, last time we went to KAYAK, which ended up being the toughest trip. I say toughest trip of the stay in New York, only because we weren't catching fish like we were before, but still caught fish. Did catch one nice one that trip, and I think I ended up getting a limit that day. So though I say it was a tough trip, it still was pretty good. And then trip number 5, visiting the place where I grew up bank fishing with my grandpa, and also the place that I took my kayak out. The first kayak I ever had, that little green one, out for the first time. Fished that body of water, and that ended up being such a pleasant surprise. Catching fish on a buzzbait of all things, having them shark it right to the boat, seeing them come out of the trees, follow it and eat it. Caught some really nice bedfish that day too, so that was another fantastic trip and a little bit off the beaten path. Then we went to a place that I've gone to the past couple of years that I've come to New York because it has smallmouth. Really is our one chance to get on some smallmouth, though there's smallmouth everywhere in the Finger Lakes, but good population of smallmouth. I guess we hit that day at the right time. It started out kind of weird, had a downpour, but after that, when the sun came out, man oh man, 17 to 20-inch smallmouth on bed just about everywhere along the bank, and they were not shy. They were just munching that little perch drop shot that ended up being one of the baits of the trip for sure, and then taking a perch glide bait and catching some of the more finicky smallmouth on bed. That trip was pretty awesome too. And then for this last trip, the trip finale, as I mentioned, felt it was only right to end where we started at the good old canal, but definitely mix it up today. Instead of fishing the marina, we ended up hooking it right out onto the main lake, and man, what a day. Another amazing day. Catching smallmouth, big old smallmouth on the slobber knocker. Kind of slow and covered a lot of water, but there was definitely one little section of the lake that had a pile of smallmouth on bed, just like the previous video. And I want to say these fish were bigger. I mean, they were definitely like taller fish, big old footballs. I don't even know how many inches of smallmouth or pounds of smallmouth we had today, but it was good. A lot of fun out there. Then it kind of got windy. Made my way back towards the marina. I was actually planning to leave, but then as soon as I came into the marina, I saw a bunch of fish on bed. So messed around with some largemouth on bed in the marina, just an added bonus for the day. Caught them on that little gilly. They weren't eating the drop shot or anything like that. Had to use the gilly to entice them. Almost had the ultimate cherry on top, catching some buzzbait fish, but had some fish follow the buzzbait and even swipe at it, just no takers. But I cannot complain. What an amazing day. What an amazing trip. This has been a lot of fun. I feel like I don't want to leave. Didn't want to get off the water, have this trip end, but it is over. It had to end at some point, but super grateful for the fishing, for the time in New York. It was a great vacation for myself. Definitely a nice little refresher before I head back to California, and we'll get right back to tournaments in California. It's gonna be different going to California and fishing again, I can tell you that. But as always, guys, I thank you for watching, for coming along on this trip, and I will see you guys back in California.